So I've recently been ruminating a lot over the superhero genre, over its flaws and limitations, over the good ones and the terrible ones, and every time I do, I find myself lamenting the fact that no superhero movie has been able to achieve great status. No superhero movie has been truly original, truly transformative, or truly subversive with creative presentation through an unconventional medium. At least, so I thought. I thought that we'd never see the day that a compelling, well-acted, well-directed superhero story would cross the boundaries of popcorn entertainment into the realm of art. Then, suddenly, it hit me. The guilt of having forgotten, nay, having allowed to be forgotten, a gem of the superhero genre. A true, unequivocal masterpiece. There is a movie that does all of those things, a movie that redefines the meaning of the word superhero. Today I'm going to introduce you to and break down the genius of the greatest superhero movie ever made.
Nacho, when you are a man, sometimes you wear stretchy pants in your room. It's for fun.
Now, if you're not aware, which you probably aren't, and you should be ashamed of that, Nacho Libre is an obscure indie blockbuster written and directed by Lee Winnell, starring Logan Marshall Green as Nacho, a humble Mexican monk who has his world turned upside down with his only hope lying in a luchador mask. Now, the story of the inspiration for this movie and how it got made is actually really fascinating, and it speaks to just how little you know about behind-the-scenes lore.
What was your motivation for creating a film within the Mexican monk luchador drama genre?
I don't know that I was specifically motivated to do a film in that genre. I usually don't start with a genre like, I really want to do a comedy. Now let's think, what's a good comedy? We talked a lot about death. that was funny.
Nacho Libre is a movie that achieves so much in its hour-and-a-half runtime, and honestly, it would take me a year to describe everything that's great about it. So for now, we can start with the script. The screenplay for this movie is a masterclass in character motivation, arcs, dialogue, and suspense. There isn't a single unnecessary beat or one that doesn't feel 100% natural. As a microcosm of this, I'll direct you to this fantastic scene between Nacho and Esqueleto during the third act of the movie, wherein Nacho abandons his spandex after having been humiliated, deciding that he can help more people as a simple monk.
Sucks to be me right now.
How come?
How come you think? I used to really like Ramses, but it turns out he's a real douche.
What?
Earth to Steven. I'm a friar.
Now, this abandonment of the superhero identity after a character becomes dejected is something we've seen attempted in other worse superhero movies, but it's done exceptionally well here. One of the reasons why hinges on the utilization of something best explained by Robert McKee in his book Story. I bet you didn't see this coming. The scene involves what's called changing story values. See, McKee explains story values as the universal qualities of human experience that may shift from positive to negative or negative to positive from one moment to the next. Okay, so for you brainlets out there, they basically represent the mental state of a character at any given time or how he feels about his circumstances. Each scene, if it's a well-written one, should alter this story value in some way, be it positively or negatively. A negative story value would look like a character who is like a fan of Baskin-Robbins getting into a heated exchange with a cashier after learning they don't serve hot food. I just thought of that off the top of my head. The character would walk away from this scene feeling differently about the previously loved joint. Now, McKee states that good scenes create meaningful change in the life of a character that is expressed and experienced in terms of a value and achieved through conflict. Scenes should always have these value changes. And guess what? This one does. That's right. This scene uses that thing I just talked about. Man, I'll tell you, Lee sure knew what he was doing. In this scene, Nacho and Esqueleto are on thin ice. They're still friends, but neither are in the best mood. We can chart Nacho as having a positively charged story value at the beginning of this scene. He is friends with Esqueleto, who he thinks has his back. Suddenly, Esqueleto reveals that he holds a fundamental worldview that's at odds with Nacho's.
I got no groceries for breakfast because of you!
I'm sick of hearing about your stupid orphans.
What did you just say?
I hate orphans.
Say it again to my face.
I hate them.
Come again?
I hate all the orphans in the whole world.
With this, Nacho's story value is changed. He goes from trust to distrust, partnered to alone. He has nothing but his nunnery now. How relatable. And with this realization comes some of the most emotional conflict to ever come out of the genre.
I'm not listening to you. You only believe in science. That's probably why we never win.
We never win because you are fat.
Come at me, guys. Nacho Libre is something that we don't come by very often. The movie has everything that other popular superhero movies don't. Charm, creativity, technical innovation. Most importantly, it's a genuine project infused with passion and respect for the ideals that a superhero should stand for. It isn't the story of someone born into special circumstances like being bulletproof, or someone gifted powers at no cost, or someone who inherited the means to fight crime. It's just the story of a guy, a good guy, willing to put it all on the line for what he believes in, regardless of how many times he's beaten down. And it's stories like these that make us who we are, make us rethink, make us relearn, make us proud, make us adapt, make us overcome, make us harder, make us better, make us faster, make us... What was I talking about? The care shows clearly in every aspect of the movie, from the relationships to the emotion to the beautifully choreographed fight scenes to the glorious editing, and most of all to the story. Nacho Libre's fundamental resolution, to me, is an extremely practical one. Make the most of what you have. Make friends with your local homeless thief. Try hard in your nunnery. Hang out with your kids. And most importantly, accept the gifts and unique talents you've been given and take responsibility to use them to help other people. Now that may seem like a simplistic reading of a movie that's also about heroism and loss and philosophy and superhero archetypes and politics and warfare and the culinary arts, but to me, the coming of age angle is by far the most relatable and universal. At its core, Nacho is a movie about growing up, and a story about a wannabe luchador becoming, well, a luchador. And that is what makes it human. And I just have to say, thank you, Leonel, for this masterpiece. Thank you so much. I encourage everyone watching to let him know that we haven't taken this magnificent piece of art he gave us for granted. Thank him. It's quite easy. Just tweet him, @LWinell, thanking him for making Nacho Libre. Do it. Now. Go. Please. He needs to know we appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching this video. Let me know what your favorite moment of the movie was in the comments. I won't read them. Also, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Just kidding. I don't have a Patreon. What do you think I am, some dork? Oh no, but seriously, thank you so much for watching this video. This was fun to make, but if you would like to see any of my unironic video essays, you can feel free. I'll probably have them linked in the title card right now. There were some Easter eggs in this one. Can you spot them? If you did, you will win the grand prize, the extraordinarily coveted prize of my affection. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Let's do this.